Good morning, friends. I welcome you all to Board and Beyond. So, friends, today we are going to start a new chapter, okay, and that is probability, right? So, friends, if we started from the beginning, what all we have done is that we have done polynomials, we have done quadratic equations, we have done linear equations in two variables, we have done trigonometry, and today we are here to learn probability, right, friends? So before we actually start this topic, let us first understand what is probability. By the way, it's a very easy topic, right? Very easy topic to understand. So probability is whenever any event, right, friends, any event or anything what we desire is not going to happen 100%, we are not sure that this will happen 100%, then it is said to be probably it will happen. So probability, chances of happening that event is called as probability, right? Let us say two players are playing a match, let's say a badminton match, right? What are the chances that let's say X and Y, what are the chances that X will win this match, right? So there are only two possibilities here, friends. Either X will win or Y will win, right? So the chances are 50% that Mr. X will win and chances are 50% that Mr. Y will win or Mr. X will lose. Both are same thing. Okay, which you will understand it later in this chapter, right? So the agenda here is that, friends, like what we will do is that we will first understand the entire concept of probability, okay, and then we will try to see small problems, different problems, okay, which can give us the understanding how to use probability in our real life, right? And then in the next class we are going to have only one more session, and that will basically contain all the previous year exam problems and future probable problems which can appear in the exam will be covered in the next lecture, right, friends? So there will be only two lectures on polynomial, right? So let us say we will understand polynomial, but what is the use? Means where are we going to really use it in our real life? So friends, probability is used in, of course it is used in mathematics because we are understanding it in mathematics, but it is used in science as well. It is used in life sciences. It is used in astrophysics. Right? There are multiple streams that it is used in, right? Different parts of our life. Okay? So let us try and understand probability. So just now I told you what is probability, okay? And let us say in the probability, whatever we have understood in ninth class, right? CBSE course, that we have understood empirical probability. Okay, or we can say it as a practical probability, empirical, okay, based on a certain experimental probability, we call it as, based on certain experiments. Let us say, friends, you all have seen a coin, right? It has got a head and a tail, correct? Whenever we toss a coin, either head will be on the top or the tail will be on the top, right? So let us say if I repeat this experiment of tossing the coin multiple times, let us say 100 times, 200 times, 300 times, 1000 times, lakhs times, then we will see that we are nearing to 0.5, that is half, and thereby we find the probability of occurring a head on the top when I toss a coin is half. But in certain scenarios this becomes really difficult. Let us say if we are to fire a missile, what is the probability that it will get into Earth's orbit the way we want? It will get it right into the Earth orbit. So this if we try to do experimental probability, we will land up into problem because there is a cost involved. We cannot fire 5,000 missiles and then try to satellites, 5,000 satellites, let's say, not missile, 5,000 satellites, and then try to find out what is the probability that the next satellite that we are going to launch will get into Earth orbits correctly. Right? There is a cost involved in it. That is why people started developing theoretical approach to probability. That means we try to understand how is this happening and then try to formulate it, right? And with the understanding we formulated and then we came up with a formula for probability, right? So let me just tell you about what is the formula, right? So first of all, friends, see, this probability is basically two parts. It is empirical, or we can say experimental, this we have studied in 9th standard, and we are going to understand theoretical approach of probability today, right? So this is all experimental based, how many experiments we conduct and then we come to a conclusion, and this is on the theory based, how do we apply probability, or what is the theory of probability, theoretical base, right? So this is one thing which I wanted to highlight to you, okay? Then coming on to next point, which is important. Now, what do we mean by random events, friends? Because whenever we try to understand probability, okay, there will be two things which will come every question which will come into every problem of probability. One is that what is random event, and one is that equally likely events. What is that? So random events is nothing but experiment or a tossing of a coin or throwing a dice or taking out a card from a pack of 52 cards is done at random, in the sense it has not been arranged. Let us say there are 52 cards in a deck of cards. It is not arranged in a sequence wise or color wise. It is all shuffled and then we take a card. This is called random event. Random event in the sense we don't know what is that we are going to draw the card, which card we are going to draw, right? Similarly, whenever we throw a dice, okay, then we don't know that the dice we are throwing will show up what digits on the face, on the upper face, right? So this is called even fair also. Random events is nothing but a fair event or fairly conducted, correct? So this means that whenever one second, sorry. So this means that it has been done as a fair event and it is unbiased, right? So whenever we are making let's say a dice or a die, okay, so that is a cubical shape, that is in a cubic shape, cubic, you understand? With the digits on the top, it will be 1 opposite to 6 and then 3, 4, okay, then this side is 5 and this side is 1, 6, 3, 4, 5, 2, right? So instead of that we can actually write it 1, 6, 5, 3, 2 and back side is 4, right friends? So it is something like this. So what happens is that whenever we are making a dice, okay, we have made it in such a way that when I roll it, then all the faces are having equal chances, or it's equal chances to basically appear on the top, right? So that is called random event, fairly conducted events, right? Next is equally likely events. What do we mean by that? We mean by that is that whenever we are throwing a dice, or whenever we are tossing a coin, or whenever we are drawing a card from a pack of 52 cards, okay, every card or every digits on the dice or every either head or tail are equally likely that this can appear, right? We have not made any special kind of a dice which will show always 6 on the upper face, okay? Like that, if what happens is that you may think, how is that possible? Let us say when we are casting a die, then 1 is opposite to the 6. So what happens if we put more concentration of solid, okay, at near point 1, okay? So then what happens is that part of the die becomes heavy, okay, and then the die is more likely to show up number 6 on the upper face than any other number. So that is wrong, right? So equally likely, every faces are equally likely to turn up. Every card is equally likely to be picked up, okay? Either head or tail is equally likely to show up. Correct, friends? So these are the two things which you understand, and then we can actually move forward in probability, right? So the general formula for probability is that, let me tell you how I assume, okay, and how I have been telling to my friends or students, is that chances of happening of an event is equal to, let's understand it in a win or loss situation, okay? Let us say chances of happening an event is equal to what are the chances of my winning that event upon what are the total chances or what are the total events that can happen, total number of events that can happen, right? Okay, so something like this. Let me write it in a formula kind of thing so that it becomes easier for you to understand. So P of E, probability of an event E, is equal to number of trials in which the event happened. Number of trials in which the event happened upon total number of trials. Total number of trials. Now, what does this mean? Let us understand with a dice. Okay, a die has got 6 faces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let us say there is a game happening, okay, and I am given rupees 10 for every time I throw a dice and number 2 appears on the upper face, that is on the top face. Right, friends? So what are the chances that I will get 2 on the top face? Right? So my winning here is only one number, that is number 2. You getting my point? And the total number or the different numbers, sum total of, not sum totals, or the different numbers which can show up on the upper face of the dice is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That means my winning is only 1 out of 6. You are getting my point? And this is what is probability. Let us say I have been said that either you get 1 or you get 2, I'll give you rupees 5 when you throw a dice. So what happens, my friend? My winning is 2 numbers here, 1 and 2. Okay, and the total numbers which can show up on the dice, upper face of the dice, is equal to 6. Right? So I will win 2 in 2 numbers, but the sample is total 6. So 2 by 6 is my probability of winning it. You getting my point? I hope you are getting the grip of it, like how we do it. Let us say I take out a card from a pack of 52 cards. Okay, friends, maybe few of you are not very well versed about the deck of cards, okay, or the pack of cards. So let me just explain you briefly what does it all contain, right? I don't expect you to play cards, okay? So just for the solving of probability problems, so basically you can just look at me, okay? I'll just draw one sample. Okay, so there are 4 different types of cards, my friend, in a deck of cards, okay? 2 are red in color and 2 are black in color. Got my point? Okay. Now, what is happening is, one is your diamond, okay? One is clove, okay? One is your flower and one is your hearts, right? So I am so sorry, this is black, I should replace it because hearts is red and this is black. So this is black and this is red. You are getting my friends? Okay, color wise there are 2 colors available in a pack of cards, red and black, correct? And different types of cards, there are 4 different types. One is diamond, one is spade, one is flower, one is hearts, right? So this spade and flowers are basically black in color, okay? This is called diamond. Let me write it here for your understanding. This is called spade, this is called flower, and this is called hearts, right? So these 2 are black in color and these 2 are red in color. You're getting my point? Now what is happening is that every color will have 13 cards, okay? I'll write the numbers for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I hope this part of the board is getting okay. Or I will write it here. So every pack will have this one, which we call it as ace, right? Then comes 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, okay, 10. After that, 11 is jack, right? 12 is queen and 13 is king, right? So this type of 13 cards will be there with you, right? You're getting it? Now what is happening is this will be there in all the 13 cards, all the 4 packs. So in total our pack of card has got 52 cards. You're getting it? That is 13 into 4, right friends? And these cards, okay, 1, 2, 3, okay? So these cards are called as face cards. That means there will not be only digits written here, but there will also be a face on it. It will have a face of a jack, it will have a face of a queen and a king, right? You're getting it? So these 3 are called face cards, right? And one second, my friend, somebody is there at the door. One second. Sorry friends, sorry, apology for that. Okay. So all the deck of 4 cards are having 13 cards, right? So in total we have 52 cards, okay? These are called face cards, okay? And even this also, ace, it will be a face card, right? Now what is happening is that we will dice, you all know it has got a cubic surface, okay? So it's a cube and it has got 6 surfaces. Coin, you all know it's either it's a circular or basically a it's a cylinder basically, to be very frank, but height is very minimal, okay? So it can turn up either heads into tails, of course, if it is not coin used in Sholay film. I think you might have all seen that film, one of the blockbuster hits of all time, okay? So now we will try to understand this with a sample example. We will take an example, we will try to understand, okay? So I'll just take one. A coin is tossed. Find the probability of getting a head or a tail. Right, friends? So a very simple one. A coin is tossed. So what is the probability that it will come up as a head, or the top surface or top face will show as tail, right? So there are total sample spaces too. Either it can come in this thing. Either it can come head or tail. Okay, but my winning of that is only on head. Okay, so probability is 1/2. Got it? And similarly, my winning, if I change it to getting a tail on the top face, then also my probability is 1/2. Right? Friends. Now a dice is thrown. Find the probability of. Okay, a die is thrown. And we are asked to find out the probability of. First one is number on the top face is more than 6. Number on the top face is more than 6. Friends, is it possible? Okay, is it possible to get this number more than 6? No, because the die has got only 6 faces, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I cannot get 7 if I throw a die, right? So the probability of this kind of events is called nil probability or no probability. This doesn't have a chances of happening. So my success is 0 here. Divided by the total sample space, that is how many possible options are there when I throw a dice, is equal to 0/6. Hence my probability of getting a digit more than 6 on the top face of a dice is 0. Right? Let us move on to the next problem, or the second part of it. Sorry, says that number on the top face is less than 6. Top face is less than 6. Now friends, when I throw a dice, what are the possible outcomes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? Okay? But so in this case, my winning is how many chances? Like in how many different scenarios I will win? Right? You have to understand it very, very, very carefully, my friends. Okay? Because see, what has been asked is number on the top face of the die is less than 6. That means my winning is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. It's not 6. Because it is not less than or equal to 6. You're getting it? So my winning is 5 out of 6. So probability is 5 out of 6. 5/6. You're getting it? If it is less than and equal to 6, then my probability is 100%, that is equal to 1. 6/6. Okay? Third, I hope I have made the point clear. Number on the top face is less than or equal to 6. That just now I told you, 6/6. That is equal to 1. Means my winning is 100%. I'll get it. Right? If I throw a dice, any number I'll get it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Correct? Because that are the only possible options which I can get. Right? So my probability is 100%. That is equal to 1. Right? So number on the top surface is prime number. Now friends, what we have to do is that the possible outcomes are how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we need to understand my winning is when? As per the question, when I get a prime number. So what are the prime numbers out of this? How many numbers are prime out of this? 3 is prime, 5 is prime. Is it all? No, it is not all. Even 2 is also prime. Please remember, my friends, 2 is the only even number which is prime. You got it? So my winning is actually on three things. 1, 2, 3. If I get 2, I win. If I get 3, I win. If I get 5, I win. So 3 out of 6, that is equal to, my winning chances are half. That is 50%. Whenever you get a probability, just multiply it by 100, you will get a percentage, right? So that is, my probability is half. You got my point? Right. Even number. Just look here. What are how many even digits that we have? Even numbers. I have got 2, I have got 4, I have got 6. Again, I have my chances that if I get 2, I win. If I get 4, I win. If I get 6, I win. That is, my winning is 3 out of total digits which can throw up or which can show up on the top face of the dice is 6. So again, my winning is half. That is 50%. You are getting my point? So with this die problem has been solved. You will get a different combination of 6. Let us say less than 6, more than 6, prime number, okay, number greater than 3 but less than 5, less than 6, something like that. Number greater than 3, that means please don't consider 3. In that case 4, 5, and less than 6, that means only 4 and 5. So 2 by 6 is your probability of winning it. Getting my point? So please understand the condition what they are asking you. That is important. Okay, once you understand that, this part of the thing will automatically come to you. Right, friends? So there will be trick in this part of the problem. In this part of the problem. You are getting it? They will actually mix and match. Mix and match in the sense they will actually twist it a little bit. You will basically have to clear it out. Number is less than 3, but it is not a prime. Sorry, let's say a number is less than 4 but not prime. Then what do you do? Something like that. Okay. So please try to understand the conditions given here and then move forward. Right, friends? So let us move forward to the next problem. Okay. By the way, in probability, whatever I am actually telling you, friends, so please pay attention because there is no addition or deletion in probability as per the new revised syllabus for this board exam, right? I hope you all know that. Okay. So the next problem, I'll just please. Okay. So 5 cards, 10, Jack, Queen, King and Ace. There are 5 cards. It is 10, Jack, Queen, King and Ace. So there are 5 cards here. Ace of diamond are well shuffled of diamond. Of diamond means red in color. I will mention it here only. Are well shuffled. These 5 cards are well shuffled and placed it on the opposite side, that is on the back side on a table, right? Right? And then what happens is that well shuffled with their face downwards, right? One card is picked up at random. That means we don't know which card I am going to pick up, but I take out one card at random from here. Okay. Right. So what happens is, what is the probability that the card is the queen? Right. So card is queen. Right, friends. So I have got only one queen in that 5 cards. You are there, all there with me. So my winning is only one. But the card which I can draw can be anything out of those 5 cards, right? So my winning or my probability here is 1 by 5. Did you get it all? Because this is my winning and this is the total sample space. 1 by 5 is the probability, right? Now, if the queen is drawn and put aside, okay, so before that, let me tell you a concept because that has come here. What do we mean by a conditional probability? Friends, if you have a big box, let us say there are multiple balls in that, different colors, let us say red and blue, okay? I ask you, without seeing, put your hands in the bag or the box, take out a ball. If the ball is blue, you are allowed to pick up a next ball without replacing it. So if I tell you without replacing it, that becomes a conditional probability, because if you pick up a red ball, then you are not allowed to pick up the next ball. Correct? So this is called conditional probability. That means the probability of the next event depends upon the probability of the first event. I hope I have made the point clear. So with this, I'll move on to the problem. What it says is that if the queen is drawn and put aside, let us say I got a queen, I kept it aside, I didn't put it back in the cards, right? So what happened to the total sample space here? The sample space has reduced to 4, in which queen is not there. Correct? Okay, very good. What is the probability that the card, second card picked up is an ace? So this is second card. Second card picked up is an ace. So what happens, friend? See, when we are telling it is an ace, so ace is how many, friends? Only one, right? So my winning is 1. But since I have not replaced the queen back into the cards, so my sample space is 4 here. So my probability is 1 by 4. The probability of taking out a ace without replacing is 1 by 4. That means only 25%. Right? And what is the probability that the second card drawn is an queen? Second card queen. Look here, friends. Queen, I got it first. I put it aside. So now the deck which is available of 4 cards doesn't have a queen. Right? So if it doesn't have a queen, probability is always 0. Because there is something is not there and I am trying to make that happen. Right? So second card is queen. So probability is 0 by 4. That is equal to 0. You are getting, my friends? So the probability of drawing a second card as queen is equal to 0 because there is no queen in the second sample space. Right, friends? So let us move on to the next problem. Right? So the next problem says that one card is drawn from a well shuffled deck of 52 cards. Right, friends? Right. So the deck of 52 cards. Right? So what happens is I am drawing one card from the deck of 52 cards. Correct? So friends, just now I told you like what are the different kinds of cards are there in a deck of cards. Right? Okay? So with that knowledge we move forward. Now I need to find out the probability of getting a king of red color. King of red color. Now friends, when we see here, okay, let me make one so that it becomes easier for me to explain it to you. This is red, red, black, black. So red is nothing but one is hearts, one is diamond, black is nothing but one is spade and one is flower. So all these are having ace, right? 1 is ace, so 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, उसके बाद that is jack, उसके बाद queen and king. Right friends, so these are available in all the deck of 4 cards, right, all the pack of 4 cards, right. So he is asking for a queen of red color. Queen of red color is possible in here and here, correct? No, but these are all red cards, these are all red cards, but queen is only one in one deck, right? So my winning is if I take out either the queen of hearts or the queen of diamond. That means my winning probability is only 2, friends. Very low, 2. Out of this well shuffled 52 cards are there, so my sample space is 52. I can draw any of the 52 cards because it is well shuffled. So probability is 1 by 6. You are getting my point? Now second one, it says a face card. Face card. Okay. So friends, face card, as I said you, this and this are called face card, right? Jack, queen and king, right? So total, how many face cards are there? Jack, queen and king are here. Jack, queen and king are here. Jack, queen and king are here and are here. So totally 3 into 4 decks. So 3 into 4, that is equal to 12 face cards. You're getting my point? So, drawing out a face card is if I draw out anything out of this 12, I win, correct? And my sample space is 52, right friends? So this is 12 by 52, which is 6 by 26, which is 3 by 13. 3 by 13 is the probability, right? Now third one. What it says, friend? A red face card. A red face card. Now see friends, there are totally 12 face cards. In this, some are black and some are red. So 6 are black and 6 are red. So for this problem, my winning is if I draw anything out of those 6 red cards, 6 red face cards. So my winning is only on 6. Divide by 52, that is equal to 3 by 26. You are getting my point? How is that we are arriving on this? Right. A jack of hearts. Jack of hearts. Now, jack of hearts. See, these are the hearts. So all this jack is only one, right? So jack of hearts drawing is only 1 out of 52. My winning probability is if I draw exactly jack of hearts, I win. Otherwise I lose. Right? So this is equal to 1 by 52. You are getting it? Right friends. So next is spade. Now let us understand spade. Spade is this, right? How many spade cards are there, friends? Total 13 cards. Correct. Anything out of this, if I draw out, then I win. So my winning is 13. 13 divided by 52. Total sample space is equal to 1 by 4. Right, friends? Moving on to the next one, the queen of diamonds. Queen of diamonds. See, this is the diamonds, and I will have only one queen in diamond. This one. So my winning is only on one card out of this 52 cards. So 1 by 52. You got it? Right. So this is the kind of understanding that we have done today, friends. Okay. So this is all from me for this session. Okay. So friends, if you feel that I have justified the topic of probability for you and I have made it a little easier for you to understand, and you're taking away something from me today, please like, subscribe and share it among your friends so that they also get benefited, right? So with this I close the session here. In the next session we will see few exam problems and few difficult problems as well, which has already appeared in the exam and which may appear in the exam on the topic probability, right friends? So till the time we meet next, be happy, be safe, keep learning with us, okay? And thank you, all the best, bye.